Alright, so this video is just going to cover how we do the watercourses within 500 metres of the site. So this is for greater crested newts. If you're looking for greater crested newts, you'd be looking to survey all of the watercourses within 500 metres of the development site to see if it's potentially suitable for greater crested newts. So to start off with, we need our watercourses layer. We're going to get this from OS Open Map Local. So if we just go onto Google to find our download, in here we just type in OS Open Map Local. And the first one on the list is this one. So in here we just go download. Right. So there's all sorts of different things you can download here. There's the one we're after here, which is OS Open Map Local Vector. So it's a vector. You can have it as a raster, so it's good for background mapping, but not good for what we want. I don't know what that is. That's a roads layer, rivers layer, a big overview, which is good for really large scale, really zoomed out stuff. Digital terrain models, lots of different things there. But the bit we're interested in is OS Open Map Local, and we're interested in that as a vector because we want to actually just take out the watercourses bit. If we took the raster, we couldn't extract any information from there. It's just really good for backgrounds. And we want this as a shapefile. So the grid square we're after, because Margam Park is there, is SS. So we just click on that in the map and go all the way to the bottom of the list and continue. And here you just fill out all of your details. You put in your title, forename, etc., etc., etc. Fill out the little captcha and press continue. I've just done this, so I'm not going to fill it out again, but always make sure you press continue. In the class, some of you were saying, why has the data not arrived? And it was because you hadn't actually pressed order, basically. So you'd filled all your details in, it was just sitting there. Right, so my data is finished downloading now, and oh sorry, it hasn't finished downloading, it's been sent to me. So this is the email you get from Ordnance Survey, and there's a link here, this big long one here, which is your download link. So you just click on that. Oh, it's started. It's down there. Right. So when that's open, when that's finished, sorry, we're going to open it up. And in the meantime, I'm just going to make a new folder. OS Open Map Local. Let's make a new one. SS. So this is our new folder. We're going to put our thing in when it's finished. Oh, it's finished downloading. Okay, so we can open that up. There it is. And I'm just going to open that up and take all of this data out. So you only really need a few of these files, but for simplicity's sake, and because I may use some of this in the future, I'm going to take all of it. If you wanted to be particular and just take what you needed, I'll wait. Shoulder. I guess while it's never mind. I was going to say while it's doing that, we can just put the Google map, but it's done now. So if you just wanted to take out the bits that we actually need, it would just be the surface water area. All of these, what's this for? These 4 different files for surface water area. So this is a polygon file. Area, it's kind of in the name. So you just take that out into your folder. Mine is down there. So now we can open up QGIS. We can get our Google satellite background. There you are. We can switch to British National Grid. British National Grid. Find our site. And pop in our different layers. Now the first thing we want to do is bring in the Margam Park outline. Wherever that is, phase 1 I think. This is why it's always good to keep everything in one place. Nope. Margam. There we go. Margam Park outline. There we go. So this is just the extent of the park that we've been using for lots of different things. So we've got our outline, and now we need our new data that we've just downloaded. So I've put mine in OS Maps, OS Map Local SS, and I'm wanting the surface water area shapefile, which is this one here. So I'm just going to open that. Now the SS grid square is pretty huge, so if we actually just zoom out to layer and have all of it, you can see a large part of this is in England. There's a bit of the square in Wales, obviously, because well, Pencoed College is in SS, Margam Park's in SS, even parts of the Gower in SS. But we're only really interested in the watercourses that are within 500 metres of the park. So what we need to do, we need to cut that data down a little bit. We need to cut it down to anything within 500 metres. So the first stage of that is we need some sort of layer that shows us where 500 metres is. So we've done this a few times now. We've done buffers to show where a certain distance is around a feature. So we're going to make another buffer. So we go to Processing, Toolbox, and search in here for buffer. So you want the fixed distance buffer. Double click. And in here we want to set the input layer to be the Margam Park outline. If you do a buffer on that, you'll just get 500 metres around all of the watercourses in well, in England and Wales in the SS. So make sure that's on Margam Park outlines. Distance, we've already said it's 500 metres, so 500, and press run. So I've got this lovely blue blob around Margam Park, and that is our 500 metre buffer. So we can just style it up. I want mine slightly transparent, well, completely transparent, with maybe red's fine, isn't it? There we go. How's that? While I'm here, I'm just going to colour Margam Park as well. Transparent, there we go, no fill. Green, I like green. And just because I can, I'm going to have a dashed line. There we go. So we need only the watercourses that are within this red ring. So we want to use the clip tool, which we used on the wind farm project, and it's this one here, clip. So our input layer is the layer that we want to actually cut, and the clip layer is the one we want to use to do the cutting. So we want to cut the surface water area, we only want a bit of that, and we want to cut it using the buffer layer that we've just made. So press run. Ooh. Right. Sometimes it will throw an error, like it just has there. If it does that, you need to make sure you save that that file that's coming out of there, and then usually it works. So I'm just going to put mine on my stick. Oh, too far. Progend, HMD, GIS, Margam. I'll save in here. I'm just going to call mine watercourses. Run. There we go. So I've got my new layer here. I can't see it on the map because I've still got the original one, which is over the top, so I'm just going to switch that off. And now all I should have is the watercourses that are within 500 metres. So if we just switch everything else off, you can see our watercourses. Put the buffer back on, just to double check. Yeah, they're all within the buffer area. So I'm going to, before I put this in a map, I'm just going to tone down the Google Maps one. That's better. And because this is representing water, I want that looking nice. Green is maybe not the best representation of water. Water, oh, look at that. That looks watery. Only problem with that is it's a little bit hard to see, so maybe I'm going to change that to a darker blue. How's about that? Better, but maybe a stronger edge would be better. I'm happy with that. Yeah, so these are the different watercourses that you're going to need in that map, and then you need to actually identify if any of them have names. So, well, the ones in the park itself do, but you're going to have to look them up on something like Google Earth. I think it's got them probably on there. You're going to have to look them up yourself. I don't think this one does. Well, I don't know. Might be Margam Cooling Pond or something. Things like this, the little river and this little pond here, they're not going to have names, obviously. But the major ones are these ones. This one's called Furze Mill. I think this one's called New Pond. I'm not sure what that one's called. Actually, I think this one's New Pond, that's fish, but I don't know. Anyway, it's up to you to look up what they're called. So now we've got them all set up, we need to make our print composer. We need to put our map in. We need to, what am I going to set it to, 2500 maybe? No. That's alright. So obviously position your map nicely, make sure you've got all of the stuff you want on there. You need a legend. Take off the stuff you don't need. Actually it's Waterbodies rather than make sure everything has an appropriate title in the legend. There we go. And a scale bar. There we go, I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to now export that as an image. Where do I want it? Here. Hello, there we go. I'm just going to save that as my Waterbodies app map. So for your export resolution, for most of the stuff that you're going to put actually in your document, an output resolution of about 100 or 96 is perfectly good for what you need. If you do it on 300, a lot of the detail may be lost. You might have found with your phase 1 habitat map, the cross hatching looks really tiny at 300. So set it to 100 and you'll have no problems. And save. So now if we open up Word, and while it's loading we'll just find where it's saved all that in there. So here's Word. I'm just going to copy that, Control C, and paste that in there. So there's my map. Let's just trim it down a bit. We don't need the edge. That can go. This bit here can go a little bit too. There we go. And now you just need to identify what are the main water bodies here. So find the names of these lakes and possibly that one if it's got a name, and then you list them down here. So I know one's called Furze Mill for some reason. I think one's New Pond and I think the other one's Fish Pond, but I'm not quite sure which way around or if that's even what they're actually called. So you just list the names of them there, and then yeah, for them you'd recommend a newt survey. There you go. So that's what you do for your water bodies.